I'm going to try to go first name basis. I have to say Mr. Mylonas is a board member at Endeavor, and I'm talking to him as Mr. Mylonas, but Pavlos, please, what's the trend that singles out?
I think we heard the trends, and I will tell you what we need to do as a bank to face these challenges, because 4 or 5 years ago, we realized that technologically our bank was behind, and we had to catch up. So we took a very brave bet to invest heavily in tech, replace all our IT systems, and try to get ahead of all these trends, or at least not far behind is probably the more correct statement. So first thing we did was put our data in order. If your data is not in order and you don't have a single source of truth for your data, you cannot do many of the things that we heard. Changing the core banking to a cloud-enabled system. We heard about the importance of cloud. If your core system is not cloud-enabled, you're not going to get very far. Digital, we went from 0 to being among the best digital providers in functionalities in Europe. Embedded banking was a big bet, and we have some of the best customers in terms of embedded banking. And finally, AI. Just now, we have normal AI, which is predictive, but now we're putting our toe into Gen AI, more for the internal part of the bank till it's proven to work. So that's, in a quick view, our strategy. We need to be capable of dealing with all these advances almost at once. So it's hard to do, but we're taking the hard road, and we think this is the way to go.
Amazing. So we have a panel of people that are doing world-class job in transforming the banking sector. So I think that we'll have the opportunity to get a little bit deeper understanding on what's happening right now, where our attention should be. And I would start with you, Pavlos, on the embedded and open banking, right? We have also an example from the Endeavor ecosystem. Spot-A-Will, which is a company that we support, now offers lending and financing opportunities using your platform in their website, in their technology. So I think it's an interesting time that we're living, right? We're seeing a lot of new applications opening up. I'm wondering what excites you. What are the trends that you see here? What should we be expecting as customers in Greece?
I think embedded banking is going to be the way that lending products are going to be distributed in the future. It is mostly now used for consumer lending, but it's coming on for mortgages and other retail products. We have embedded banking effectively takes the bank's solutions and products to the third party, and that's where you can do your banking. So you don't have to come to the branch. So it benefits the customer because they don't have to go to the branch. It benefits the person selling the product because they have financing and therefore can do more sales. And clearly it benefits the bank because they can also do more sales. However, it's easy to say, it's hard to do. What you need to do is have seamless links between the bank, the third party, providing good customer service to the third party, as well as the customers of the third party. That's hard to do. So we've invested heavily in APIs, which is the technical jargon for the link. And we have what we think is the best links to retailers. And I think that is shown in the fact that we have agreements with most of the large retailers in the Greek market. And I think we have somewhat over 50% of consumer loans done through third-party services. So a lot of hard work. We're also moving on the corporate side. We are doing APIs which are more bespoke per customer. We have about 80, 90 customers, linking their ERPs, their back office systems, their treasury systems to the bank, and where they can deal with their suppliers, with their customers, with their payrolls, directly through the bank without bothering anyone at the bank. So that's a second use of embedded banking, slightly different than the first. And finally, on small business, we have our agreement with Exploit, where our banking services go onto their ERP, which is for small businesses. So overall, I think we are moving rapidly in this direction. We are ahead of many others in the sophistication of the APIs. And let me go back to what I was saying about the core. Our new core banking system has built-in API creation, so we will be, all this painful work we're doing with APIs will be done far quicker. So I think it's the way of the future, and I think with our bet on our new core banking system, we're going to be ahead of the game in the years to come.
There's certainly more innovations coming for sure, and that with innovations come data, right? I mean, imagine how many more data banks nowadays have access because of this technology, or will have because of these technologies. And I'm wondering, Pavlos, how do you see this as an opportunity to personalize financial products, and how you're leveraging this already?
Data is going to be a huge comparative advantage for the people that get it right. So what are we doing? Let's see if we're getting it right. As I said earlier, if you don't organize your data and you're disorganized, you're not going to get anything done, and that applies for data. And that applies both for structured data as well as unstructured data. Structured data is your normal data you consider for a bank. Unstructured data is videos, voice, anything you want. So we've finished putting order in an EDW, Enterprise Data Warehouse, for our structured data, and up in the cloud, we have one single system, one single platform for the unstructured data. Now, what do we do with it? This is where the fun starts. We started with internal next best offers. So there's machines that run, find predictions, and say when a client comes in, the RM pop-up says this client, offer him this product. And we have a hit ratio which is very high. Then we can do push campaigns. That is not just to everyone, but designated to people who have special characteristics. They receive specific messages. Credit. Small business was always a headache. The data was funny. You could not apply standard credit underwriting that you do for corporates to small business. We take their transaction data, we created credit underwriting models, and the ability for them to distinguish good from bad credits on SB is remarkable. Third, monetization. We are selling to firms, business people, aggregate data for what's going on in their region, in their sector. You want to know how many you sell bread, okay, you make bread, how many other bakers are in the region, and what sort of traffic they get. And we give them the ability to send out personalized campaigns to clients. Of course, here we have issues of GDPR. It has to go to people who agree to receive this stuff. So GDPR and monetization are a big headache. KYC, we can offer KYC services to firms that don't want to set up a KYC, given all the investment we have done in KYC. So we're running out of time, so I have many other examples, but this is a whole new type of banking.
I have to ask the CEO of a bank if he thinks also that technologies will define the outperformers.
We made the bet 4 years ago. We've been outspending peers by a very wide margin, and I think the results are in already, but I wish we could be talking in 2 years' time, because then we will be in a different dimension. And let me just add on cyber as well. If there's one thing that keeps me up at night, it's cyber, and we spent a lot of effort and a lot of money doing tests on cyber, penetration tests, various tests. It is also top of mind. It is everything we're doing can go down the drain due to cyber.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.